One day, Broadway is going to release the rights to Hamilton to community theaters. And when that day comes, by God, it's going to be chaos, and I can't wait. For those of you that don't know, when a Broadway show eventually ends its run, and Hamilton's going to end at some point, the producers release a thing to community theaters called theater rights. That's when high schools and colleges and community theaters can license the show and put on their own productions. And when the musical Hamilton is eventually released out into the wild, we are going to see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of really, really bad productions of Hamilton. I cannot wait. I will be front row for every single last one. But here's the kicker. What I'm really looking forward to are the conversations that are going to be had because of this. Let's be real. Community theaters, some of them are not really known for their diversity efforts. I say that as a Black man who grew up in community theater, where oftentimes I was the only person of color in the cast and the audience in the building. I was the only Black person in the building. And I can tell you that isolation, it sticks with you. Now, Hamilton on Broadway was revolutionary for a reason. It took the story of America's founding fathers who were white and wore powdered wigs and all of that stuff, and retold those stories through Black and brown actors in the leading roles. That was the point. That was what Lin-Manuel was going for. He wanted to show that America's story doesn't belong to just one race or one group. It belongs to all of us. Diversity, it wasn't an afterthought. It was the DNA of the show. I'm not asking if you agree with it or not. I'm just saying that's what it was. That was the point. So now I want you to just take a moment and just imagine a random small 50-seat community theater in small town USA. Are they going to try to replicate Lin-Manuel Miranda's vision of diversity? Or are we going to get, technically speaking, historically accurate looking? Or are we going to get, technically speaking, historically accurate depictions of our founding fathers? That conversation in and of itself is going to be fantastic. Now, let me be clear. Stand obviously for diversity in theater. It's not optional because representation matters. Representation matters on stage and in the seats. I speak from experience when I say that when kids of color see themselves up on stage, it tells them that the world belongs to them too. And I don't want any other person of color to feel like I did when I was growing up, walking into a rehearsal studio and being the only one that looks like me. Often, very often. So yeah, community theater productions of Hamilton are coming at some point in the future. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be really awkward. It's also going to be very necessary because those conversations about diversity in theater, they need to happen. They kind of been happening, but like they need to continue happening. We had like a moment in 2020 and then it kind of went away for a little bit. I think they were like, maybe they forgot about it. All right, let's just go back to what we were doing. The conversations about diversity in theater need to happen. They have to happen. And if it takes 500 really off-key renditions of my shot and burn to spark those conversations, then so be it.